What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hendo Grow Show, where we go learn something new. And today what I want to talk to you guys all about is how Instagram is negatively affecting your skateboarding. Now, it's not all bad. There is some really great things about Instagram and social media and how it helps skateboarding as well, but I'll get to those in the end, just so you know this isn't going to be like a straight shit-talking fest. So the first thing I want to get into, and probably the biggest thing for me personally, is how on Instagram there's amazing, incredible, talented skateboarders, some of the best you've ever seen. But if you're someone like me who really struggles with, comparing himself to others, this is really bad, because then what it is that it's robbing you of the joy that you get from your own personal skateboarding journey. Because for instance, say you go out there one day, you learn a new trick, you really worked hard for it, and it's a trick you've never done before, and you're really stoked. But the moment you get home, the moment you watch a skate video, the moment you watch like some skate clip on Instagram with this like 9-year-old kid doing like a never been done before, like 1280 on a half pipe or some shit, you start to feel like what you just did ain't shit. And it really diminishes the joy that you felt from landing that trick earlier in that day, just because you're not skating at a level of these other skateboarders that you admire. And so it's not even just with Instagram, but that can be the case with skate videos as well. It's also important to learn not to compare yourself, for sure, because it shouldn't matter what anyone else is doing. I totally agree, but I'm saying right now, if you do have a problem with comparing yourself to others, getting like 1,000 skate clips a day, seeing other people skate amazingly, isn't gonna help you with your comparison issues. I think what I would need personally is to really just limit myself of how much the skateboarding media I am consuming a day. That's the problem. That's the real problem with Instagram, is that you're consuming too much of it. Second point along the same lines is that there are so many ads on Instagram. The skate companies, all of that, they are marketing to you things that you never even thought you needed or wanted. And for all of a sudden you want it because you see like, oh, this person I like to see skateboard, they're wearing this thing, they're using this thing. And it's like all of a sudden, like, oh, I need it. And it's like, do you really need it? Is that really something that is important to you? And again, it's along the same lines of the comparison thing, because you always start to feel like you are not enough. That's the main problem. That's the biggest problem, is that it always makes you as a person feel like you are not enough. Like you always need something else to be happy. And that's just not true. That's just not true, because you have been happy before with all the stuff that you have right now. And that's just one of the biggest problems I see with Instagram. The third point that I want to get into, the last negative reason of Instagram: distractions. So many distractions on Instagram. I found that in order to really focus in on get better at skating, what we need is not more stuff to help us get better, but we need to do less stuff. Because when we do less stuff, we can commit more of our brain energy, more of just our effort and time and hard work into the things that are important to us. And so on Instagram, again, like all these ads, all these like crazy skate clips, it's taking your focus away from you just doubling down on the stuff that you like, your own skating right now. It's taking that focus away, and it really jeopardizes you just skating. You got to really focus in on what's important to us, as opposed to just really trying to do everything, but just more like do the one thing that we really care about. All right, guys, so now that I talked all that shit about Instagram, let's get into the great stuff about Instagram. So the first thing is that it's such an awesome way for skaters to share their knowledge. For instance, Skate Hacks, who's been able to, I feel like his trick tips just go so much farther beyond what all these like pro skaters were originally doing in their trick tips, where they, like, the typical like kind of low quality pro skater trick tip was like, oh, put your foot like this, do this, turn your shoulders, blah blah blah. It's like this the most shallow thing ever. They're great at the trick, but they're horrible at explaining. So I appreciate someone like Skate Hacks. Shout out to Skate Hacks, because he just provides a more like nuanced explanation and just things like that you don't normally get to hear. And that's what Chris Cole does as well. It's like certain things like, oh, you put a little more pressure on this side of the board, put the pressure on this one, and then kind of like, really scoop it in this certain way. It's just so much more nuanced. And I think, Instagram and just YouTube, social media in general, is great for sharing that kind of knowledge about skateboarding. And so in that way, I think it can really help you with your skating. Second thing is how Instagram just helps people connect across the world. Like I made a majority of my friends across the world through skateboarding. And so for me to get to stay up to date with them and just see them post all their tricks and just see them get better, I think that's so awesome. Shout out to Instagram for that one. The last thing I want to talk about how Instagram is awesome for skateboarding is just seeing how my friends improve. That's one of the dopest things. Like, I much rather watch those kinds of videos, even though, you know, my friends may not be doing the gnarliest shit, but I still love seeing them improve in their skateboarding. So we talked about the good, we talked about the bads of Instagram. And honestly, I think what made it so bad for me was just the excess amount that I was doing it, the excess amount I was using Instagram, and how much skate media I was consuming. Because again, all those reasons, dude, just comparing myself, how it takes away from my focus, how it just robs me of my joy and my self-worth in skateboarding. Because then again, it has all these benefits, but the benefits will only come in moderation. It's in moderation, guys. And for those of you who would like to see the effects of not using Instagram, I do challenge you. I would challenge you to just go a week without using Instagram, without even consuming any skate media in general, and just seeing how you feel after that. I mean, I feel like you'll notice things like right away in one day. But I challenge you guys, go a week without Instagram, go skateboarding, and then check in with how you feel. If you want to take it even further, for you adventurous folk out there, then I would recommend to just cut out all sorts of media in general. That's like no music, no shows, anything, and just seeing what goes on. Like no screen stuff. I found like reading is pretty good to have still, though. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Hendo Grows. I hope you learned something new. And I'm just cut off right here, guys. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.